Hey friends, welcome to my next Friday Reads video. In these videos, I like to talk about books I've recently finished, the books I'm currently reading, as well as kind of what my eye is on for the next books I want to pick up. They're super casual, super fun videos, and I just love making them for you. So let's hop into my Friday Reads. So hi, my name is Angie. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back if you've been coming for a while. So let's hop into my Friday Reads video. So these first three books are the ones that I have finished reading recently that I haven't talked about yet on this channel, although my February wrap-up video is my next video, so I'm not going to talk too much about these here because I'm planning on talking about them more there. But oh my gosh, guys, I've read some good books. So I read these books. Mostly I want to talk about these books. I was talking about this a bit in my last Friday Reads video, saying it's like my new favorite, and I hadn't even finished it. It's my new favorite. I finished it, and then I quickly got on Amazon and I paid full price for the second book because I had to know what was going on. I have not felt that inclined to pick up a second book in a long time. I loved this book so much. I love this book so much. So this book is about this girl who was kind of down on her luck. Her mom died. She was living with her sister. She's like broke. And then she hears that she has been left some money from this super rich billionaire in Texas or something. And so she and her sister go out there and expect to get like just a little something. She doesn't know her connection to this man. So she goes out there and finds out that he left her everything, like everything. She's now officially like the richest teenager in the United States or something to that notion, and she has a lot to deal with. But the best part about this book is the puzzles. If you like puzzles in books, if you like it's almost like a Clue game or the Knives Out movie, things like that, where you like have secret passageways or puzzles or riddles or things that are hidden in invisible ink or something like that. If you like those types of stories in your books, this is the type of book to pick up. So much fun, because to take things to just an even higher level. So the guy that left her all this money was very eccentric, and he had 4 grandsons, and they all live at the house, and she has to live at the house for like a year before she can get any of the money. So she has to live with these boys who are like her age, and there is some YA angsty romancy things going on there, but it's still entertaining. It's not like annoying. And the puzzle is so much fun as they're trying to solve it, as you're trying to solve it, as like different things happen. It's so much fun. And then, like I said, I rushed out and I grabbed the second book because the first book ended in a cliffhanger. And so this just continues that story where they learn a little bit more about her, about why she was chosen to inherit all of this money. And it goes from there, because at the end of the first book, you're wondering, like, is she just a complete random choice, or is there something more? And you learn a little bit more here, though it's not exactly what you expect. It's not as straightforward as you might expect. So there's a third book coming out in, I think, August. I'm actually going to pre-order it. I never do this kind of stuff. Usually I am a thrift book sort of girl. Oh, they're so good. It was so much fun. The other book I finished was this one, So Falling by T.J. Newman. Just a fun book. It's about this pilot whose family is kidnapped, and the kidnappers demand that he crashes the plane or they will kill his family. And so he is on a time crunch where he has to do these things that the kidnappers are demanding of him while still trying to not crash the plane and not get his family killed. It was a fast, quick, fun ride. It was definitely entertaining. It was more of a thriller where it's just anxiety inducing, where the whole time you're like, are they going to make it? What are they going to do? What would I do in that situation? Sort of questions, which was just exactly what I wanted to read at that point in time. So I'm so glad I picked that up. So those are what I have finished, and they've been really, really good. So what I have picked up. So I'm still reading this. I've made it a little further, not too much further, but it's really good. It is definitely a contemporary book, and I don't usually pick up contemporaries, but what I'm really liking about this contemporary is it's very emotional. It's evoking all the tears. It really follows this woman who in her childhood, she was part of a family who fostered a lot. And so when she was a teenager, her parents took on this boy who was about her age. She didn't really like the fact that she had a foster sibling that was her age, and some things happened there, it sounds like. But there was also this other boy involved who joined kind of their friend group, and they grew up together and things happened. You don't know what. I'm sure we're going to find out. So then you fast forward to like present day, and the main cast of characters kind of is back together and things are happening, and hard things are happening, and it happens kind of fairly early on. You don't know exactly what's going on, but you know something bad happened, and then you spend kind of the book, I'm thinking, sorting through that. And I'm really liking it. I liked her character. I've kind of attached to her character right away. She just feels very real, especially since I'm a mom and she's a mom to a young child, and just some of those things I just related to. I just am really liking it. So far so good on that book. So another book I picked up, I'm not sure if I'm liking it, and it's a really popular book. So that's The Silent Patient. So I'm not liking it. I am like a third of the way in, 100 pages or so, and let's see. I'm liking the general premise of the fact that there's this woman who had like the perfect life, the perfect husband, perfect marriage, until she shot him like in the face and is now in a mental institute, not talking. And then there's this psychotherapist who is just very curious, and he really wants to get her talking and wants to help her. So here's what I'm thinking. It's like a couple different things. I'm enjoying the general premise. I think it's very intriguing enough that I want to get to the end. I want to know, like, I'm assuming she's going to start talking or something is going to happen, that you can figure out why she did what she did. Like, that is intriguing enough to me to want to finish the book. Same as the fact that so many people love this book. So many people love this book. And I'm just kind of fearful that I would miss out on like the best ending ever. But as it stands right now, I don't like the characters that much. I mean, the woman who shot her husband, you don't really know her. But it's like you're following more like the psychotherapist and his wife. I don't jive with him. Again, I think it's because it is more psychological. Like, it has more to do with like, how messed up is she? Or like, how messed up is he? This psychotherapist, like, what's his backstory? And I'm finding that I just don't love people with messed up stories. I don't know if that sounds terrible or not, but it's just not a thriller that I enjoy. You take something like Falling, which is just more like anxiety, like suspense, like, are they going to make it? And I like that kind of stuff. Psychological, gosh, I'm finding that I'm just not. And I just didn't anticipate this was going to be psychological. I don't know why I didn't think that. I thought it was going to be more like detective-y, mystery sort of things, not so much dive into why this man wanted to be a psychotherapist. He had a whole messed up sort of stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I'm probably going to keep reading it because it's reading fast and I don't hate it. It's not that I hate it. Again, I feel like a broken record. I'm finding that I maybe need to not pick up psychological thrillers. Maybe I just really need to shift more to like detective-y type thrillers. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm reading that one. And then the other one I'm currently reading, which I'm enjoying, is the new Crescent City. So this is the House of, I get confused, Sky and Breath. And I read the House of Earth and Blood in January, and I really enjoyed it. It surprised me. But this one, I'm like 150 pages into it. It's a beast. It's like 800 pages. So you're definitely following the same characters, which I'm loving. I'm loving getting into the same characters. And it's just crazy because like at the end of the first book, it was just so many things were happening, right? And it was so intense. And you knew there was going to be this letdown, which it feels like there was. It's like, now you have to go back to normal life sort of idea. And you know there had to be that transition because it's still following the same characters. And from what I understand from Sarah J. Maas's writing style, that you expect her to kind of mess a little bit with the character. So you have expectations about like the two main characters, right? Who is Bryce, this half fae, half human, who was involved in solving some murders from the first book. And you have this fallen angel named Hunt, who was helping her solve those murders in the first book, and all this stuff happened. And they have this love interest with each other. So you know that's all happening. But there's also all these side characters and side things happening, and there's this bigger world above them. So they have kind of their city, Crescent City, and the leaders of their city, which has its own kind of storyline, but then you have like a step above that, which is where I feel like this whole series is going, where it's like to fight against the big bad government, like the one that's higher up. And this is just setting the stage for that. But the character of Bryce, I love her, and then I think she's just ridiculous. I feel like she's very brave and selfless and all these things, but I also think she's just rash and cocky and all of these other things, which is fine. I enjoy her character, but I'm realizing that that kind of a character is just going to do stuff that you're just like, really? Nobody would decide to do that. I know that thing that she's trying to do is moving the plot forward, but it's just going to be bad. It's just going to be bad. And I'm just pretty much reading to see what kind of bad is going to happen to her with said decision. So anyway, I know I can't give away too much just because it's a second in a series and I don't know who is all reading it, but it is really fun. So I'm enjoying it. I'm 100% enjoying it. I love going back to the same set of characters. I love series. And so that has been really, really enjoyable. So I'm liking that. So if I get those books done, which, I mean, let's be honest, this is like a gigantic book. So if I get those books done anytime soon, I do have a couple other books that I'm really excited to get to. One, it's middle grade March, so I want to start reading some middle grade, and this is the one I'm most excited about. So this is the second book in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series. It's about this girl named Sophie who's a telepath who is kind of thrust into the Elven society, and she's figuring things out, and she has kind of some special giftings, like chosen one type giftings, and it's very fun. So I want to hop back into this world, so I'm thinking I would pick this up. Or if I'm not quite in this mood, I also have 2 really good thrillers that are on my list. I don't have them yet. I actually ordered them. I think I'll pick up In the Woods by Tana French though, because I really want to try that series. I think it's called the Dublin Murder Squad series. It's the first book in the series, and that one just sounds really good. It's about this man who was in his childhood. He was part of this ordeal where him and his friends went into the woods, and he was the only one that survived. And now he is a detective, and he has like a partner, and some of the things that were happening in his childhood are happening again. I feel like that's kind of a classic trope, and now he is in charge of figuring it all out. So that sounds amazing. I heard the audiobook was really good because they use Irish accents and you can kind of really get into it. So that sounds fun. So I might pick up the audiobook for that one. That's my thoughts. Yeah, I've got lots of things on the go. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. So let me know what you all are reading down below, what you think of it, if you're reading any of these books, your thoughts, all that stuff. Otherwise, like it if you like Friday Reads videos, and subscribe if you want to. Otherwise, I will see you in the next book video. Okay guys, take care.